Hi guys, welcome back to the channel Insider Interest. Last time we talked about Adani Group and the stock price manipulations of the Adani Group, and today we are back again with another interesting company, Zomato, which is coming with its IPO. So stay tuned till the end of the video. We'll discuss about the business plan of the company Zomato, and also we will talk about how a loss-making company is coming with its IPO. Zomato is an Indian food supply company offering the search applications. It assists customers globally in discovering rates, reviewing restaurants, and creating a network of trusty foodies. Major functioning of Zomato: restaurant listing and advertising. Restaurants can pay for promoting their events or deals as well as their overall banner, which brings increased visibility and conversation from users of Zomato. Next, food delivery. Zomato charges a commission to the restaurants on the basis of orders through its food delivery company. Subscription programs. With Zomato Gold for customers and guests and restaurant subscriptions options, Zomato has opened up a steady revenue income. While users are paying a subscription fee to access the Zomato Gold loyalty program, which brings exclusive deals. Restaurants are also paying a monthly fee to be part of Zomato's book. Live events. Zomato joined last year's branded live events market with Zomaland. Zomato charges an entry fee for users to visit Zomaland, where they can experience live musical performances and activities in addition to the food. White label access. Zomato also allows companies such as Zomato White Label to create a personalized food delivery app to offer restaurants offers. It also works with consulting companies for cloud kitchens and restaurants. Zomato partners with select restaurants operating to help locate expansion sites at a fixed cost at a lower rate, but with greater product choices. It gives those restaurant partners the necessary licenses and operational enabling. Zomato Kitchens. To facilitate the selection of restaurants operator to provide kitchen infrastructure services, Zomato partners with entrepreneurs to create and operate Zomato Kitchens under various labels. Coming on to the marketing strategy of Zomato, it comes with festival market strategies, strong brand name, product strategy, pricing strategy, a telephone call and direct mail promotion, coupons and price offers, online delivery application. The success factor of Zomato remains strong advertising channel, efficient personnel, the good rating system and social media, and also experienced sources of funds. The result of all of these remains Zomato becomes one of the successful food delivery apps in India. Zomato's Perfect is a wonderful food order service online. Indians love this application and they can order food in a few minutes in their office doors. Even they can pick their favorite restaurants and include food in their cart and order. Even the customers appreciate the Zomato food delivery app startups in India. So this was all about the base and the business model of Zomato. And coming on to the next, how a loss-making company is coming with an IPO. As we can see, the revenue and losses of the Zomato company. In financial year 2008, the revenue of the company was 487 crores, and in 2009 it grew up to 1398 crores, and in 2020 the revenue grew up to 27.3 crores. But looking on the losses of the company, in 2018 there were 104 crore of loss, and this grew up to 1013 crore of loss in financial year 2019, and that loss doubled up to 2363 crores in financial year 2020. Regular listing under SEBI's issue of capital and disclosure requirements permits only profit-making company to list on the stock market. They must show a pre-tax profit of at least 15 crore a year in 3 of the last 5 years. This essentially cuts out all or most of the tech startups in India for IPO listing, but there's a second route for the listing. For a normal profit-making company, when IPO is issued, the allocation reservations to various investor classes are QIBs, that is Qualified Institutional Investor, that is 50%, and High Network Investors, that is HNI, is 15%, and the retail investor gets 35% of quota. When a loss-making company goes for an IPO, the allocation changes to QIB 75%, high network investors 15%, and the retail investors are left only with 10% of quota. Basically, 25% of retail goes to QIBs. This is done by SEBI because they want to protect the retail investors from the loss-making companies. And also, promoters of the company going public must necessarily lock in 20% of their post-IPO shareholdings for 3 years after listing. Also, this is an IPO wherein pre-apply will be valid. That is, pre-apply will allow you to apply for the Zomato IPO 3-4 days before the subscription period starts. Zomato IPO is open for subscription between July 12 to July 16. I hope all of this information helped you, and for further updates and interesting business stories like this, stay tuned to the channel, and thank you so much for watching. If you haven't watched the previous video which was on Adani Group and stock price manipulations, then I will add the link in the description, and I will see you next time.